Okay, so are you ready to dive into some serious history?
Always.
Today we're going to tackle the Book of Second Kings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to try to unpack all the drama and intrigue and divine intervention
Yeah.
packed into this crazy story.
So much going on.
I know, right? And I love a good story,
Of course.
but I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes tackling a whole book of the Bible can be a little
A little daunting.
daunting. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it can be a lot.
But that's why we have you here, right?
Yeah.
You could break it all down for us
It's the plan.
into something we can all understand and hopefully learn something from too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much to learn in Second Kings. It's not just some old text, It's
Right.
got so much to say about human nature, leadership,
Oh yeah.
the choices we make, all that.
I mean, it's history repeating itself over and over.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's set the stage a little bit here. Second Kings picks up where First Kings left off.
Right.
It's the kingdom of Israel,
Uh-huh.
which was ruled by King Solomon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
split in two.
Yeah.
So we got Israel in the north,
The North.
Judah in the south.
Okay.
And it seems like this division just kicks off this whole chain reaction of drama, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not just about geography. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a divided nation.
Yeah.
Politically, spiritually.
Yeah.
And that is going to play out, that fracture, I guess, is going to have consequences throughout the whole book.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of consequences, we can't forget about the prophets in this story.
Oh, yeah?
We got Elijah and Elisha.
The big guys.
They're practically, they're legendary for their miracles. But instead of just listing them all out,
Right.
what's one that stands out to you and what do you think the deeper meaning of it is?
Oh, so many good ones. But the story of Elisha and the widow's oil, that's a powerful one.
Okay.
Remember, this widow is in deep trouble, financially.
Uh-huh.
She's about to lose her sons to creditors. And Elisha, he steps in, he performs this miracle, multiplies her oil,
Oh.
so she can pay her debts and keep her family together.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's not just about the money, it's about God providing for her
Yeah.
in this super desperate moment.
Right.
It's like a reminder that even when things seem hopeless,
Yeah.
there's always this potential for a miracle.
That idea of provision really resonates with me.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to just get overwhelmed by, challenges and what are we going to do?
Oh, absolutely.
But it's like a reminder that there's a bigger picture, right?
Exactly. And that bigger picture's playing out, with the kings, the leadership
Oh, yeah.
in both Israel and Judah.
Uh-huh.
You got this whole procession of kings,
Yeah.
some good, some bad, some just,
Yeah.
really messed up their leadership.
Yeah. Like a real life case study in how leadership can go.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
You see their choices,
Yeah.
their faithfulness or lack thereof directly affect their kingdoms.
And everyone around them.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the book does not shy away
No.
from showing the consequences,
Yeah.
both positive and negative,
Yeah, sure.
Take the fall of Israel.
Okay.
That wasn't just a sudden thing, it
Right.
was generations of bad leadership
Yeah.
and turning away from God.
And so the fall of Israel feels like this just incredibly tragic turning point.
It is.
And what can we learn from their mistakes, do you think?
Ooh, big question.
I know, right? And are there any parallels to the challenges that we're facing in today's world?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to unpack there.
Right.
But the kings of Israel, they consistently chose to worship idols.
Yeah.
They ignored the prophets
Uh-huh.
who were warning them, about this.
Right.
And they just focused on their own power and their own wealth.
Yeah.
And they neglected justice and the needs of the people.
Right.
And so it's like this cautionary tale about the dangers of greed and corruption
For sure.
and losing sight of what really matters.
yeah.
So think about our world today, right?
Yeah.
Political divisions,
Right.
economic inequality, the climate crisis. I mean, are we making some of those same mistakes?
Yeah.
Are we prioritizing short-term gains
Right.
over the long-term well-being of,
Yeah. Everyone in the planet.
the planet, everybody? Exactly.
Yeah. It's kind of a sobering thought, but what about Judah?
Okay.
They managed to avoid complete destruction for a while, right?
Yeah, for a bit longer, yeah.
How did they pull that off?
Well, they had their share of bad kings too,
Sure.
but they also had these moments of revival and reform
Uh-huh.
and the Davidic covenant,
Yeah.
God's promise to King David,
Right.
seems to play a role
That's interesting.
in how they survive.
Yeah.
For a little while longer, at least.
That connection is interesting.
Yeah.
The Davidic covenant and how that plays into their survival.
Right.
Like you see the whole story kind of in this whole new light.
Exactly.
But even with that covenant, they still face the Babylonian exile eventually,
yeah,
right?
ultimately, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's huge. I mean, a pivotal moment
Mm-hmm.
in Jewish history,
Yeah.
a time of immense suffering and loss.
Yeah.
But it's also a time for reflection and repentance, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of forces the people to look back at what they've done
Yeah.
and to re-examine their relationship with God.
It's interesting how even in judgment, there's this like little thread of hope woven through, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't end on this like totally, bleak note,
No, it doesn't.
but there's this sense that there could be a new beginning.
Yeah, definitely.
And ultimately, Second Kings is this story about cycles, isn't it?
yeah.
Cycles of sin and redemption,
Yeah.
judgment and mercy, destruction and renewal.
Yeah, I mean, it's this reminder that no matter how badly we mess up,
Wow.
when things seem hopeless, you can always turn back. There's that possibility of a fresh start.
And that's such a powerful message.
Yeah, it is.
Because this isn't just some, ancient history lesson.
Right.
It's a story that speaks to like what it means to be human.
It really does.
Huh.
It's about the choices we make,
Yeah.
the consequences that follow, and that power of faith,
Uh-huh.
even when things are tough, when we're facing adversity.
Yeah. And that's what makes it so relevant, even though it was written thousands of years ago.
Exactly.
It challenges us to examine our own lives,
For sure.
the choices we make,
Great.
how we're shaping the world.
Yeah.
Like what kind of legacy are we leaving behind?
That's a good question.
Are we building kingdoms of justice and compassion?
Yeah.
Or are we contributing to, the downfall?
Yeah.
Lots to think about.
For sure.
Right.
Definitely.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with me today.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
I really appreciate it.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, you helped break it down into something that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Till next time.
See you later.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.